This is going to be a review of Harbor Freight's item 65519. It's their 4.5 inch angle grinder. The one with the paddle switch. This one ran me about 30 bucks, I think, just under 29. It's the 6 amp model with a grinding speed of 10,000 RPMs, and the two models below this were 4 amps and 4.5 amps versus this 6 amps, but the price was about, I think, $12 or $10 more than the 4.5 amp, and even more expensive than the 4 amp. So let's go ahead and pop this open here, make sure that I'm in frame. Might zoom in a little bit. Take a look what's inside. We have a manual with what looks like a couple of spring clamps of some sort. We'll see what those are for. The handle and the unit itself. It's got quite a bit of heft to it. It feels like it weighs at least twice as much as the unit down from this. Unfortunately, I don't know that product number, but it's a different color than this. I believe it's red. And then also the wrench here inside. And then it looks like they actually include a disc of some sort. It says A30 PBF. 4.5 inch. I don't know, it doesn't have a lot of information on there, but it does come with a disc, which I did not know it did. So let's go ahead and plug this in after we get an attachment set on it. Let me zoom out here, and I suppose indirectly this is also going to be a review of the wire brush number 60493. I don't know if you can see that with the light flashing down on it. 60493. It's the 4-inch crimped bevel brush and the 4.5 inch flap disc 40 grit. Zirconia part number 60797. I'm going to be using these to try to take the lining out of a food grade barrel that I want to ultimately make a smoker out of. So I'm going to go ahead and get this set up, and then we'll review the actual work in progress. Out of the box, the grinder is set up to accept these flap discs with these screw-on washers here, and I'm going to be putting on this brush attachment. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the washers here and then screw on this brush attachment. So I'm going to screw it on until it gets kind of tight, and then when the actual bolt starts turning, they have a little button here to lock it in place so that I can wrench it on a little bit tighter. That's on there good and solid. And then also I'm going to move this guard off to the right. We'll tighten this up. And then finally I'm going to use the attached handle and screw it into one of these three options for where to put it. And for this part of the job, I'm going to just screw it into this right side. Alrighty, so the motor felt really good. And let me get this off of here. Flip the rear screen. The motor felt really good. I did have to apply a lot more pressure than I had thought, but I think the results were really good. We got all the way down to the metal, and this stuff is caked on there really good. But that felt really good and solid. The grinder here, item number 65519. So I would give it a recommend for sure. We'll follow up later if I have any issues with it. Alright, so I added the washers back on and attached this 40 grit flap disc, and it is working way better. If you look right there, that was literally by just barely touching down on the barrel. It already got straight to the metal. So all the effort I put in with the wire brush was kind of wasted. But I will record this. I'll try to find a setup here with the camera that you can see me using the flap disc to show how much more efficient it is. One thing I did notice about the unit here is it's actually getting pretty hot because I'm letting it run for minutes at a time. So I'm going to let it cool down as well, just so it doesn't overheat, since I'm definitely probably pushing it to its limit. Alright, I wasn't able to be that patient. It's still a little bit warm, but I'm going to get started. It's going to be awkward. I'm going to be holding it with one hand and the camera with the other, but I just want to show how effective it is with the flap disc. And if I'm talking really loud, it's because I have ear protection on and I can't tell how loud I'm talking. So, as you can see, far more effective with the flap disc as opposed to the wire brush. But all in all, tons of power. Really feel like $30 is worth it, especially if I can get through this, because I think to get this sandblasted out would be at least that much. So if I can do this once, I've basically broken even. And hopefully we'll be smoking foods here real soon.